ladies and gentlemen, at a combined weight of 445 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee, the Pretty Young Things, Norvell Austin and Koko Ware.
There you viewed them on the way to the ring
with Ronnie West.
With their gyrations, the Pretty Young Things, Norvell Austin and Koko Ware. And, of course, manager Jim Cornette introduced his team of the Midnight Express. Dennis Condrey in for the Express. And across the ring, Koko Ware and Norvell Austin shedding those jackets. And Austin representing his team outside Jim Cornette, and the bodyguard in front of him, Hercules Hernandez. Joel?
Well, Boyd, this promises to be another exciting bout. The Pretty Young Things have taken the Mid-South by storm. They're just a really exciting young tag team. Very talented wrestlers. Koko Ware attacking that arm of Dennis Condrey. They're taking it right to the Midnight Express. This, of course, is a non-title bout. It is not a no disqualification bout. I think Jim Cornette probably wouldn't want to sign a television bout here because, frankly, the Pretty Young Things have proved to be quite good competition for the Midnight Express, and I think Jim Cornette might be a little bit scared. As the Pretty Young Things were coming in, you saw as the camera panned over, oh, tremendous back salto there by Bobby Eaton on Norvell Austin, and now Dennis Condrey in there. They seemingly teaming up, as I was saying before. Boyd, as the camera panned over, you might have noticed Hernandez out there sitting on a chair is, of course, watching Cornette's back at all times. Dennis Condrey there close to a fall. It was about a 2.5 count.
Well, and Bobby Eaton coming back in, as we pointed out many times, one of the secrets to success of the Midnight Express, they tag in frequently, and that's one of the things to keep a fresh man in it all the time.
Bobby Eaton there with Hacksaw Duggan just woke up. Hacksaw Duggan
really laid one on Hercules Hernandez.
He just threw Hernandez into that steel ring barricade. Now he's going after Cornette. He's going after Cornette. He's got Cornette by the feet. This could be it.
Ron West frantically waving for the bell as thing is really broken loose.
This is a disqualification. Duggan going with the scissors after Cornette. He is cutting Cornette's hair. Hernandez saving his manager. Boy, there's so much action, I can hardly quit. Koko Ware's got that steel chair, and he just waylaid Bobby Eaton. He hit Hernandez in the head with that chair so hard. I'm surprised Hernandez is still on his feet. He looks to be unconscious on his feet. And the Midnight Express and Hernandez are getting out of there. They want no part of that steel chair, and frankly, I don't blame them.
And they've all been
This match is scheduled for a one
Wait
fall.
a minute, this match ain't scheduled to be anything. You see the man right here? He's as mad as he can be. I've told him not to hurt you, but I wouldn't bet on anybody else. Koko Ware, he used a chair, a steel chair, and the president of Mid-South himself said that's a $10,000 fine. Bill wants his own mouth, right?
That's right.
Did you see Koko Ware hit this man, hit Dennis Condrey, and hit Bobby Eaton with a steel chair?
I certainly saw that.
And can you see this man's head has been severely lacerated by a steel chair? Can you see that?
Of course I can see that,
Then
Mr.
why don't you
Cornette.
get Koko Ware out here to either pay a $10,000 fine or get kicked out of Mid-South just like the rule states? They're always making the rules apply to me, but they won't enforce them for anybody else. I want Koko Ware out here. Hey, that's a laugh in the first place.
That's a very new point.
He and Norvell Austin could not. They're so broke they can't pay attention, much less pay $10,000. But I want him out here.
There's one set of rules. Everybody will go by one set of rules.
Well, let's go by them then.
The incident just happened, Mr. Cornette. They haven't even had time to review the film.
To go for me. Hey, come here, big man. What are you saying? You want Koko down here?
I want him. We don't care nothing about no fines. I want him right here, right now. I'm going to take it out of his hand.
He hit him in the head with a steel chair, couldn't put him down and couldn't put him out. This man is an animal. You couldn't take him out, Koko Ware. Nobody can, but I want him down here to pay that $10,000 or get kicked out of here. It's apply to me. I want it to apply to him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mid-South has not had time to review the films quite
Hey, I've had plenty of time to see that he cut some of my hair off.
What you have to say doesn't always mean a whole lot, so let's listen.
What I've got to say means a lot to me. Why don't you just shut up? Hey, here he is right here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this match is scheduled to be Hercules Hernandez.
Come on, son of me. Come on, we get it on right now.
Well, it's going to be Coco Ware against...
Joel, there we've seen a turn of events. Instead of Hercules Hernandez versus Mike Jackson now takes on Coco Ware, one of the PYT.
Well, Hercules Hernandez is awfully angry. Jim Cornette was right about that. He has been known to lie before, but I think he was telling the truth there. And Hercules Hernandez is a big, tough individual. I can't believe he got clobbered by that steel chair.
Being tough. Joel, there was a man that was hit the steel chair, the ring post, the steel barricade, whatever you have, and Hercules Hernandez was still challenging somebody else, a one tough man.
Well, he's got to be driven by anger to a certain extent, and you're right, Boyd. He is just a double tough individual, and what a powerful right cross. He about took Coco Ware's head off with that. There is a lot of fuel in this fire now, Boyd. I'm telling you. Well, you know, like I've told you before, the PYT, where they came from, Memphis, Tennessee, they were not always the crowd favorites because it was not unlike them to bend the rules a little bit now and again. And I'm sure that's not the first time Coco Ware has used the steel chair.
And Hercules Hernandez really lacerated with that chair. The crimson is really flowing as the referee between them, Carl Fergie, calls for the action as he steps between them, and here comes Coco Ware taking the attack, but he walked right into that big foot.
Well, they both seem to be worn down a little bit by now, and you know, Hercules Hernandez maybe feeling a little fog from the punishment now. That anger's driving him, but boy, he's just a tough hombre, I'm telling you. You know, another thing, Boyd, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Coco Ware. He did use the steel chair, and now he should face a fine or a suspension. Jim Cornette was saying that maybe they don't have the money to pay off such a fine, but of course that remains to be seen. I know, of course, with the competition as hot as it is now in the Mid-South, the Pretty Young Things will probably want to stick around, but...
Oh, you know they do, Joel. They're one of the top teams here. The fans solidly behind them, the PYT. And Jim Cornette is always saying something, but I'm sure we'll have a ruling from Mid-South. Like Jim Ross pointed out, it takes some time. That match, it just happened.
$10,000 is a lot of money, Boyd. Hercules Hernandez trying to wear down Coco Ware now. It's got that big bicep crossed along that carotid artery. Coco Ware's got a very determined look on his face. I don't know if the cameras can pick it up or not, but these two men are not pleased with each other one bit.
Fans are really chanting PYT. Of course, Jim Cornette joining in with a vocal to his man, Hercules Hernandez.
You know, this is a very, very good move tactically by Hercules Hernandez at this time, because it allows him to wear down Coco Ware and kind of get some of that strength back. I'm sure loss of blood has got to be affecting him at this point. Hernandez caught Coco Ware with that top steel cable there. You know, it's covered by rubber. And now it looks like he's setting up for that Shinano-maki. He's got that Shinano-maki locked in now, and Coco Ware. And it looks like now that Coco Ware's only hope of survival is to get to that ring rope. But he seems to be getting sapped of his energy, and now Hernandez has got him positioned in the center of that ring, and it looks like he's going out.
Really applying that pressure, and Carl Fergie called for the bell.
Hernandez makes a tremendous showing for himself. He's been beaten and battered, driven by anger alone, it appears. What an athlete, Boyd.
And raising his hand in victory, the jubilant Jim Cornette. Gained the victory over Coco Ware. In his earlier schedule to meet Mike Jackson, you saw what transpired.
I certainly hope Coco Ware is not seriously injured. You know, Boyd, if If that hold's applied for just a few seconds too long, it can cause permanent brain damage. It's probably one of the most dangerous holds in wrestling.
It is dangerous, and you see referee Carl Fergie immediately there with the fallen Koko Ware.
Boyd, I just don't know.
We'll be right back with more action after this message.
September 13th, wrestling in Biloxi at the Gulf Coast Coliseum, and on Saturday, September the 22nd, Mid-South will return to Hammond. Now, this Monday night, a Labor Day special event. Monday, September 3rd, 7:30, downtown Municipal Auditorium, 8 big matches. Both sides of the auditorium will be opened up. We're going to need the room, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to miss this event because it's going to be lights out, no sanction, no rules. There must be a winner when Hacksaw Jim Duggan collides with Hercules Hernandez, but listen to this stipulation. If Hercules wins, then Jim Cornette will shave Hacksaw Jim Duggan's hair. However, if Duggan wins the match, and remember, there must be a winner, then Duggan can shave Jim Cornette's head. It's all going to happen Monday night at 7:30. There's a lot of other great matches to tell you about, and we will in just a few moments. But first, let's hear from Cornette and Hernandez.
The time of the match is getting closer, and everybody's wondering if I've made the biggest mistake of my life, and I haven't. Because I never do anything without a plan, and anything could go wrong. There's a chance at everything. But it's worth it to me to get rid of you, Duggan. Because the person who gets their head shaved in that downtown building is going to be so humiliated, they'll never come back and show their face in Mid-South again. And it's not going to be me. Because let me tell you something. You've caused me a lot of trouble. I hate you, and you hate me, and there's got to be a solution. I've got this man ready to do anything short of pulling out a gun to beat you. And all I want to see is you sitting down in that ring, getting your head peeled back like an onion in front of all those stupid people. Everything that I've said would happen since I've been in Mid-South has come to pass. And Duggan, this will be no different. Hercules Hernandez will win that match, and I'll get to see you humiliated once and for all. I refuse to allow you to shave my head because that would make my mother cry, and I can't allow that.
Jim, you know, the people in Mid-South, they know me. The people in New Orleans know me. I may not wear no fancy damn jacket, and I may not have no foot-stomping music when I come to the ring. And my boots may need a little polish. But when Hacksaw Duggan says something, he shoots straight. And I'm telling you people right now, in New Orleans, Hercules Hernandez, he's in over his head. Hernandez, you're hamburger, baby. Jim Cornette, I promise you, Hacksaw Duggan promises you, after that match is over, I'm going to take your squatty pencil neck, sit you down in the chair, and I'm going to cut your hair, chump.
That will happen Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. There must be a winner. Remember, there will be a haircut given Monday night. Don't miss it. It starts downtown, 7:30.
These tough guys. Where's Terry?
Up in this auditorium.
Look at this man's head. Koko Ware with a steel chair. Couldn't put him down. Run into the guardrail. Couldn't put him down. Cut open. Couldn't put him down. Nothing stops this man because he is a madman. But I want Koko Ware down here yet. I want some satisfaction. I want to see $10,000 paid, or I want to see him kicked out of here. Because every time I sneeze, every time I blow my nose, every time that anything happens with me involved, I have to pay fines, or I have to do this or do that or follow the rules. I expect the same treatment for everybody in Mid-South, regardless of who it is, whether it's Bill Watts' favorites or not. I want to see him down here right now paying $10,000 or buying a bus ticket out of here.
Well, one thing about it, there is one set of rules. I don't make the rules, first of all.
Well, it's a good thing you don't.
I don't make the rules, but there's one set of rules for everybody. I'm sure the appropriate action will be taken.
Well, then why don't we just get him down here with his checkbook? I'm sure he's got $10,000 laying around with nothing to do with it.
Well, as I see, ladies and gentlemen, Koko Ware and Norvell Austin are making their way to ringside.
So you're going to enforce the rules, is that what you're saying? Pay $10,000 or out, huh? You're going to enforce the rules right now, Jim Ross.
I'm going to tell.
I heard you say it. You enforce the rules.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to relay what the rules are. There's one set of rules for everyone. Now, gentlemen, first of all, now just hold on right here.
I want to say one thing. Nobody said nothing, Cornette. When you brought your boys in the ring, you come on.
Wait just a second. Now, wait a minute.
Nobody said nothing. When they brought belts in the ring and hit us with, nobody said nothing. nothing when he hit me with a tennis racket. Nobody said nothing. And we don't have the $10,000, and we're not paying nobody, and we'll stand right here. You understand that, Ross?
Listen to me.
We don't care.
You don't have to get mad at me about it. I don't make the rules. Norvell, you and Coco both know that. The rules.
I'm sick and tired of that Cornette.
Let me you know the rules as well as anybody. The rule is if you use a steel chair, objects that were named, it's a $10,000 fine or a suspension.
What about those guys using the tennis racket? Shouldn't that be a fine too?
$10,000 is a lot of money. We ain't got no 10 grand, man.
Fellas,
We've been on a losing streak lately, you know. The winners in this game make all the money. When you lose, you ain't making no money, you understand? We ain't got no 10 grand, and we ain't paying no 10,000, and we ain't leaving the area. Let's cut and dry.
Well, gentlemen, all I'm saying is that that's what the rules are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a $10,000 fine, or they've got to go. That's the rules. I don't make the rules. We'll know more about that next week.
You're not leaving, you understand?
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian Street will be here next week. Let's look at Adrian Street right now.